Oh my goodness, this stage. So, split mushroom stage, you're going to see a lot of damage. And there's nothing really you can do about it. The best you can do is if you have the double jump, which for obvious reasons I don't. So, we're just going to have to deal with a lot of damage. And this will be the one stage that we're going to need to use a sub-tank on. Even things that you wouldn't think would be in the way, like this little bot that's there to give you health, ends up becoming a random obstacle. So, honestly, it's a matter of understanding what takes less damage and running into that instead. Alongside making as many close jumps as you can. Anyway, a lot of people end up thinking that Split Mushroom is one of the more difficult bosses. That's if you don't use this weakness. And it's a little more chaotic. It's not necessarily particularly difficult or easy. It's just a lot to deal with at once. So we're at this section. The spikes collect and ram, or at least meet in the middle. Make sure you don't find yourself in the middle of that. At this point, I am going to go ahead and take that sub-tank because there's nothing I can do to get past that. And if I do everything else properly, that should be the last sub-tank you will ever see in this run. So, forgive me for this one. It doesn't look as clean as the others. It's a lot harder than the others. This mini-boss, though, can be taken out with the same weapon you use against Split Mushroom. About 3 rounds should do it. The other thing I'd say is, while this stage, I consider it the toughest of the entire run, it's not the one that took the most attempts. You may want to guess in the comments which level took the most attempts to get right. We still want to make sure that we get our heart tanks, because obviously we need the ability to take damage. So we'll head up here. And then for the rest of this, we'll rush through a little bit, which I used to enjoy when I first played this game. Now the odd part is, this section was the section I thought was going to trip me up the most. It's where I thought I needed to use my sub-tanks. But there is some dodging to be done. It's not a perfect science, but you don't end up taking as much damage as you expect. Barely. Alright, we have Split Mushroom here. Shouldn't be much of a threat because we do have his weakness. Fortunately, that weakness takes out the clones, and it takes out, or it can get him into a stun loop. So that's one. We do it a second time. And then after we get him a third time, he will repeat his loop and go back to his initial attack. If you get him looped that way, then you can go ahead and get him stuck in a smaller loop. Alright, so that's Split Mushroom Stage. Catch me for next time, and again, tell me which one you think took the most attempts.